Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday night. Glad to have each and every one of you here tonight. And as always, we got my main man here, Mr. NC Relic Hunter, Mr. Michael Coley himself. And we are super excited that he is here with us tonight. But we also we've got a special guest here tonight, all the way from the UK. We're going to have Detecting with Jessie, and we're going to bring her on with us in just a second. And she stayed up extra late just to be on our show tonight. And we've got a great giveaway tonight. So if somebody wants to be in here for that giveaway, they need to get in here, but they got to stay and they got to be a subscriber. So definitely make sure that you pass the word along. And we're going to bring in Detecting with Jessie. We're going to add her to the stage. And here she is right now, all the way from the UK. Here comes Jessie. Hey, Jessie, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, we're super excited. Jessie's got a great YouTube channel. She's got a wonderful Facebook page. She's on TikTok, and you can check out all of her channels out there. And she's got just some wonderful content and does a great job of videography and cinematography. She does a great job with all of that. And we talked a little bit about that off stage before we started the show. And she was just blowing me away because I really thought she was using a whole bunch of other stuff. And she said, "Oh, I'm just using my phone."
It's my iPhone.
Yeah. And it's so good. And she's really an up-and-comer. And we love having female guests on here, too, because it gives us another perspective on things, too, as well. And Jessie's got a lot that she's going to talk about tonight. And we are super, super excited that she chose to join us tonight. And we're going to talk about all kinds of things, some of the finds, some of the things that she does over there in the UK, and why she loves the XP metal detector. So we're going to be going through all of that. But before we do any of that, we got to say our shout outs to our audience tonight. We've got almost 40-some people in here, and there's a lot of people still joining in. But we're going to give our shout outs. Jessie, this might take a minute because we got a little list, but we're going to run through and we make sure that we acknowledge every single one of our audience because they're what makes this channel go and they support us. And we love recognizing them, especially right here at the beginning of the show. So first off, we got Mr. Old Pelon. And he says, "Hi, Brian and Michael. Glad to have Old Pelon with us." We got Mr. Chris in here. Chris is in with us tonight. Glad to have Chris. Great supporter of the channel. Mr. Keegan is here, as always. Glad to have Keegan. Mr. Tesh Ridge Digger, all the way from South Louisiana. Jessie, you ever been to Louisiana?
Never. One day, maybe.
Yeah. They got Cajun food in Louisiana. Have you ever had any Cajun food?
I like Cajun food. That's fine.
Oh yeah. I'm sure Tesh Ridge Digger can probably fill us in on all of that. So, again, glad to have Tesh Ridge Digger in here with us. Gary and the Goose is here with us. He says, "Hello, everyone. Glad to have Gary." My good friend, Mr. Rob Rizzo, the History Digger. And we are super excited to have Rob with us tonight. We appreciate Rob so much. Mr. Joe Dirt says, "Hello, Jessie, and welcome to the show. Glad to have you in here." And there's a look, Mr. History Digger got off of his money bags and gave a little bit of money tonight. How about that? Mr. Stock Investor is what I call Mr. History Digger. So thank you, Rob, so much. Again, all donations, super thanks, super chats, all those things go straight back into the channel to bring you this kind of content. Helps pay for our live stream, our adventures, our cameras, all the things that we do. So we really appreciate those donations. So thank you again, Rob. And there's Mr. NC Relic Hunter, who's in here with us. We've got 513 Diggs. He says, "Hello from Ohio." Glad to have 513 Diggs. We've got Miss Bells in here. And Bells, again, good friend of mine. Great support of our channel. Always glad to have Bells with us. Mr. Surfside Dan, my main man. Glad to have Surfside Dan. I hope Dan got his machine updated. He was asking me about it the other day, and we'll find out from Dan real soon. Yeah. LC Hunt is in the house. He says, "Hello, folks. Glad to have LC in here." We got Mr. Ferris Grump. He says, "Hello, brothers and sisters." Glad to have LC with us. Damian Thorne's in here with us. He says, evening, folks. Damian, glad you could make it. We've been missing you for the last couple of shows, or you've been disappearing during the shows, but glad to have you.
He's been busy.
Yeah, he's a busy man. Old Timer 50 is in here with us. Glad to have him with us. Glad to have you, Old Timer. We got Mr. Doug Atkins. Says, good evening, everyone. There he is, Mr. Can You Dig It? Says, hello. TGIF. Thank God it's Friday. Look, I had a rough day today because I started back with my students today. So I had a full day of school, and then I came home to be on here with you guys. So I'm glad it's Friday too. So
they got to start back school on a Friday.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Who starts back school on a Friday? Yeah, it's crazy. There's Miss Aggie Hall, Detecting Adventure, says, hey, all. Glad to have Aggie with us. Mr. Digging Dude is here all the way from New York. Glad to have Digging Dude in here. And look at there, Michael, there's Mr. Tex. Tex Kinsey is in the house this evening, everyone. Glad to have Tex with us. We got the Tech Meister all the way from Ireland is in the house. So, yeah, we got some people all over the place, even across the pond like Jessie. So glad to have Jessie and the Tech Meister from over there in Europe. Look at who else is in here. We got Only Me Again Metal Detective, Mr. Michael. And by the way, Michael is going to be coming on this show too. And he can sit there all he wants and act like, well, I don't have time. He's coming on here. So, Michael,
he's got time.
Yeah, it's time for him to come on here too. So we're going to put him in the seat, Jessie, right?
You can go in the hot spot.
Yeah, he can go in the hot spot. So we got Mr. Zapper. Says, what's up, gang? Glad to have Zapper with us. Mr. Terry is in here. He says, hey. Glad to have him. We got Mr. Lance McElwain. He said, what up, everybody? Glad to have Lance all the way down there from Alabama. So glad to have Lance with us. Mr. Digging Darrell is here. Says, hello, everyone. My main man, Mr. Digging Darrell, he's filled in. He's been in the hot seat a couple of times. He's had to fill in for Michael because Michael likes to sit out on me every now and then. So, but always glad to have Digging Darrell with us as well. Mr. Ricky Bennett says, greetings, everyone. Happy Friday night. And he says, go Dogs. It's almost college football season.
It is.
Guys ready for that for sure. Mandy's Candy is in here. Glad to have Mandy with us. We appreciate you joining the show. And thanks for being here tonight. We got Mr. Pull Tab Pro. Says, hello, guys. Glad to have Pull Tab with us. Mr. Chip O is in the house. Says, good evening, everyone. So glad to have him. There's Mr. DCM Detects, another fellow South Carolinian. Always super excited to have DCM. DCM has been putting on a little live stream. Go check him out if you haven't already. And we appreciate DCM being with us tonight. Mr. Brian Thomas. And Brian Thomas has the right logo, Michael. You see that logo on there?
Gamecocks.
That's the Gamecocks. That's the college football team, Jessie. I know Jessie probably going, what are y'all talking about? But
yeah, it's new to me.
Team, and it's my team, and it's the team of my state, South Carolina. So always glad
Best
to see
team, then.
that logo, right? Dirt Devil Detective's in here. Glad to have Dirt Devil Detective. Appreciate you being in here tonight with us, buddy. Mr. Johnny Rum is in here. Says, evening, ladies and gents. MD4 Cash says, hi and good afternoon. Glad to have MD4 Cash with us. I'm trying not to miss anybody. Michael, don't let me miss anybody. Mr. Richard Pelkey is in here. Says, good evening, everyone from Vermont. Glad to have Richard. He's always a frequent person in our audience tonight. So glad to have Richard Pelkey here with us as well. We've got Buzzsaw in here. Glad to have Buzzsaw. Buzzsaw also a regular for us. Miss Cass Charles. She says hi from Wales. Jessie,
My mom. That's my mom. My mom.
Well, glad to have you, Mrs. Jessie's mom. So we'll say that. So glad to have you here with us tonight. Let's see here. We got Silver Hunter in the house. Says, good evening, everyone. Mr. Ohio Fred's in here with us. Always great to have Ohio Fred with us. Drummond the Tech says, hey, Teach, and hey, Jessie. Gave you a special shout out there. And we're getting down to the end. James Letner is in the house. Says, what's up, everybody? Look who's here. It's Mr. Key Day Kid. of Excalibur Shovels. Glad to have Casey in here. And Michael, you got anything you want to tell Casey?
Yeah. Yeah, I got a surprise coming down the road, but I'll keep it to myself.
Okay.
Yeah, it arrived, Casey. So.
DS Metal Detecting is in the house. Glad to have DS Metal Detecting with us as well. So I think we got everybody. Michael, did I miss anybody? Did you see anybody I missed?
I think you got everybody.
I think I did too. And there'll probably be some more that are coming around. Can you
get Terry from Northwest Alabama?
Who was that?
Terry.
Yeah, I did get Terry.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I did.
You got it.
Digging Dude wants to know, Jessie, does your mom detect?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, she's going to be coming on a weekender with me in a couple of weeks with the metal detector, hoping to find her first coin. So
Right.
fingers crossed.
So are you going to give up your XP days too to let her go detect?
No, absolutely not. It's mine.
That's how Michael does me. He doesn't want me to use anything that he thinks I might get an advantage sometimes.
Yeah, no, because she'll find treasure, she'll find a Saxon hoard or something with my machine. So I'm going to be using that machine.
Right. So Digging Dude said that is awesome that your mom's detecting with you. That is really good. That's really, really cool. Sniff It Out's on here. He says, hey guys, he says, I just woke up. And History Digger says, congratulations, Jessie, on your 2 hammered coins.
Thank you.
I saw that on your video. I love those hammered coins. So
nice.
Let's see here. Edward G just joined in. He says, hello, everyone. Running a little late, but we're glad you're here now, Edward G. So thanks for being here. And yes, thank you so much, Bells. Please don't forget to smack that like button. It helps our channel. So we really, really appreciate that, and brings us great guests like Jessie in here tonight. So we really, really, really appreciate that. So yeah, that's what. Hey, Digging Daryl, that's exactly what I said. Let's put Jessie on the bigger screen.
I tried to get him to do that.
Yeah,
no, it's my choice. I'll stay in the little corner.
Yeah. She wants to be in the little screen. So yeah, he says she's better to look at than me and Michael.
Well, maybe we'll switch it up later. We'll see.
Digging Daryl's rough on us, Michael. Rough on us.
Yeah.
So again, guys, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. I know it's a Friday night. We all have all these things we can be doing, but you guys chose to be here with us tonight, and that really means a lot. And we really appreciate that. We do have a great giveaway coming tonight towards the end of the show, so you definitely want to stick around. Should be a fun show. Jessie's going to share some of her stuff with us. We got Michael's tip of the week already loaded and ready to go. So you guys that love Michael's tip of the week, we're going to have that up. Rob's already donated some money to hear Michael's tip of the week. How about that? So we're excited about that as well. So again, first, big news, 3.10 is now available for everybody. No more beta. It's there. It's the final version. Go out and get it, try it out, see what you think. I have not had a chance to hunt with it yet. I'm hoping maybe I can get out this weekend and run it through its paces. Of course, I just told you guys I just started back with school, so a little bit tough to sort of get in some of those things, but I am going to try to get that out hopefully sometime this week, this weekend, and we're going to run it through its paces. Really love pitch 2. And I know we talked a little bit about that last weekend, but again, I like the pitch 2 option. I think it really gives really good clarity to that audio. So if you haven't tried 3.10 with the new pitch 2, give it a shot. One thing I will say, Michael and I were sort of talking about this too, was that running pitch 2, it seems like it does very, very well on the shallow targets. You might not get as much tonal nuance on some of the deeper targets. Isn't that what you saw, Michael?
Yeah, I think, it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of it fades away on the deeper targets with the pitch tone.
Right.
But I mean, yeah, you don't get as much tonal nuance. I don't think you do. But I mean, like I said, I hadn't got a chance to use it a whole lot.
Yeah, well, and neither one of us have, but I did want to mention that I think that our two-tone program, I think we get more tonal nuance running the two-tone program, which I had set up, and I shared that in my one of my videos from last week. If you want to go check out that just to see if you would like that. It's a great little program I use for relic hunting, and it has produced some unbelievable finds. So Johnny Rum wants to know, do you feel XP is chasing their tails with all the updates, and do you think MindLab is the top dog when it comes to software? Well, MindLab's only had one update, so I mean, are there some things that need to be changed on the Manicore? Sure, they sure are. I mean, there's some things that I wish MindLab would do to the Manicore, but I don't believe that XP was chasing their tails, because again, each update, it seemed like it got a little better on each update. And again, it's something new. No one's ever made a coil with this high of a frequency, and it takes a while to get all that stuff right.
Right. So, there's a learning curve for sure.
It's a learning curve. So, I don't think so. Some of them seemed a little bit iffy. Some things I cared about, some things I didn't care about, but again, all of it was to make a better machine and give you a better product that you would enjoy swinging and enjoy using. So a lot of that is the reason for the updates. And again, you want it right. And that's what XP has tried to do here. And this 3.10 update, I'm sure is going to be fine. I've run the one before it when I was testing, and it was working really, really well. So I feel like this one's going to be really good. I got a couple of some feedback on the beach. The Dig Smile, I don't think he's on here tonight. And he was telling me how wonderful it was doing on the beach and how calm it was. And he wanted to know, hey, what did they do? And I really can't tell him what they did because, I'm not an engineer. But he said it was running way more stable on the beach than it had been on the previous updates. So for you guys that are beach hunters and you love using the XP-AS2 on the beach, then again, go out, try it on the beach. This 3.10, according to the Dig Smile, says it is running extremely well. LT Hunt said loaded 3.10 last night. I'm trying your two-tone program tomorrow. Yeah, go try it out. I mean, no harm, no foul. If you don't like it, I get it. It's what Michael and I are using. You've seen some of the finds that I've found with it. I've got a couple of videos that I haven't put up yet running that two-tone program, but some unbelievable finds have been dug.
Jessie, are you thinking about getting the HF2 coil and using it at all, or have you looked at it? Yeah. Are you thinking about getting the HF2 coil?
I would like to try it one day. I'm happy. I've got my 9-inch coil. I'm still learning my machine. I've only had it since December, January time. So I'm still in like the learning stages of using it and just getting different, sounds with the different settings and just trying my luck, with the permissions I've got and the coil that I've got. But one day, I'd like to use it. Definitely.
Yeah. It's a great coil, Jessie. And what you're going to find, of course, you already know that you're swinging the lightest machine out there. But with that coil, you can really get into some really tight places, some really trashy areas. So it is a coil that is worth looking at, especially. So Ricky Bennett wants to know, are there any more beta versions yet to come from XP? No. Well, this 3.10 is the final version. Not unless they release another version of something in the near future. But as far as I know, no more betas. That's it. So we'll see, what XP does from here. As long as I don't find any more bugs or anything like that, I think that's what we're going to have. So again, go and try it. See what you think. And again, it's going to be great for the FMF coils as well as for the HF2 coils. So again, Carson Chris says, I want a second HF2 coil. So yeah, Carson Chris, you want two of them. So yeah, they are a great addition to someone's arsenal. Yes, don't forget the releases were beta. That's right. And this is the version that they've released for everyone to use. So again, go try it out if you haven't already. Yeah, Johnny Rum says, I wasn't knocking on XP. I knew you weren't, Johnny Rum. I knew you were just saying, hey, did they just overdo it with these updates? And again, I don't think they did. I think they were just making sure that they had things the way that they wanted them. And of course, you think you went through a whole bunch. I went through a whole bunch because I was in that whole testing procedure, and it was like update after update after update. And but again, hopefully it's going to be a product that everyone's going to love, enjoy, and enjoy swinging and so on. So again, but if you haven't updated, it is on there, 3.10. So just wanted to make everyone aware of that. So it's there. You can go and update your machine right now, take it out and use it. If you want to try our two-tone program that I put on the channel, you can definitely go do that, try it out, see what you think. Some of you may like it, some of you may not, and if you don't, it's no harm, no foul. I'm okay either way, but it is what Michael and I have been using.
Let's go to the history diggers question there, Brian.
What's that?
How did Jessie get into metal detecting?
Yeah, well, we're getting to that right now. So,
were you talking too much? You got
well, I had to make sure that they knew about the 3.10 update. So,
it's important.
Yeah. It's important, but Jessie's definitely important. So we got to make sure we get Jessie some good airtime here. So Jessie, tell us, how did you get into metal detector? What made you decide to pick up a metal detector?
So as a kid, like whenever I was growing up and whenever I'd have like pocket money or, money off my parents' birthday money, I would save it all up and spend it on buying coins. So most kids would probably spend it on other things. I spent mine on coins. So whenever I'd go to like a market stall or a new city, I'd go and find the coin shop and I'd be straight there and I'd be looking at all the different coins and buying coins. And then it was only about 3 years ago, I think, we went to a museum here in Wales. I went with my family in a place called Caerleon, and there was a huge hoard of about 600 silver denarii coins.
Wow.
And I was looking at them and I was like, wow, like, could you imagine ever, owning one, holding one, or like finding one? And it said that they were found with a metal detector. So that Christmas then, my mum bought me my first metal detector. I started with a Mine Lab, Vanquish, and the rest is history. Now instead of buying coins, I go out and find my own coins, and I'm addicted. I love it.
So have you found one of those denarii?
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
I have, yeah.
Yeah.
So I found that it was only a couple of months ago, and it was literally the last signal of the day, and it was pouring down with rain. I was soaked through. My waterproofs were not waterproof, and I was really, deflated. I hadn't had a good day. I thought, right, I'll dig this last signal, and it came up. I knew it was a Roman coin, but I never knew that it was silver until I took it home and cleaned it up. And it's a lovely Vespasian silver denarii. So
that is just unbelievable. I just see, and I know I've said this and I told you this off screen. It's, I teach history and I teach European history as well. And just to think, of the age of that and knowing what I know and then to hold that in my hand would just, to me, would just
surreal.
Yeah, it would be. And again, and I know everybody hears me say this all the time. The history is always first for me, and then it's the metal detecting side of it. But man, that is so awesome. So I'm getting some questions on here, so we're going to get to. So Digging Dude wants to know, hey Jessie, what is your favorite find that you found?
Well, I'll be honest, all of my finds I hold close to my heart. I really appreciate everything I find apart from the junk.
Yeah.
But anything that's pretty to look at and has got a story behind it, I love it. But my favorite find, I recently found 3 hammered coins in the same hole. So they're post-medieval coins, and 2 of them were Henry VIII coins, and the third one was of his son, the boy king, King Edward. And that's my first, potential treasure case. So they're now with the museum. And I got to say, they're my favorite finds so far.
That's a good
Henry VIII coin.
Yeah.
I just can't, and again, I teach about Henry VIII all the time. I'm getting ready to be talking about him very, very soon.
Yeah.
And it's just, to me, that just blows me away. It really
It's
does.
crazy. And, check it out on, one of my channels. If you look at the coin and you're just staring at his portrait looking back at you, it's just amazing.
Yeah, well, I know it is. I know it is. So what kind of places do you go to, and how do you find the places that you find over in the UK to go metal detect? Fill us
So
in on that.
a handful of permissions that I can go to that are local to me. But to be honest, they're through people that I know through work and, people, family, friends and things. And they're just sort of old Welsh longhouses. So they haven't got too much history, but so it would have only been farmhouses from the 1800s. So whatever like that family would have dropped is there for me to find. But the majority of my amazing finds have been on group digs, and there's loads of history where I live. We've got Roman marching camps nearby, we've got Bronze Age, Iron Age, there's a Bronze Age burial at the top of my permission. It's just surrounded by history, so really lucky.
Right. Well,
I got a question. So Jessie, you said you started out with the Minelab Vanquish. What drew you to want to use the DS2?
So I was using a friend of mine, he was using the DS2 and he'd say, check it out, see what you think, have a feel of it. And then same as other people were offering me their machines, try my Simplex, try my Knox, try this, try my Manticore, because I really didn't know what I wanted to try. And then the DS2 was actually a gift then at a Christmas time. So it was the perfect gift because my finds rates have just gone through the roof. I started off with a really basic machine. It was the Minelab 340.
right.
Which I won't knock because I've had lovely finds with it. But the DS2 is just another level. So
Right. That's a great gift.
Yeah, that's
really
an awesome
good
gift. Michael, when are you
Yeah.
going to give me a gift like that?
One day.
That's too expensive for me.
So we got a couple of questions on here. So when you get to your locations, what do you look for? I mean, I know it looks like a lot of it is field hunting, but how do you know that there was something in there? Are you just taking a guess? Do you do some research, or do you just listen to the people that lived on those properties?
Yeah, so like with my own permissions, I listen to people like the farm owners will say, oh, I think something might have happened up there a few years ago, or there might have been an old footpath down there. So most of it, I'll just swing and see where I want to go when I'm walking. I do look at old maps sometimes and see if I can work out, on the side-by-side maps where there might have been an old water source or a footpath and try and, use that way of looking for where the finds may be. Other times it's just potluck, to be honest. If I see something that looks nice, I'll walk towards there and see if I find anything. So
Well, and it's great that you live in an area, and it's sort of like, I guess it's sort of similar to my area when you know that there's a lot of history in the area. So you can easily walk out into
yeah.
a lot of different places, and you really sort of have a better chance of finding something. So what about Roman history? Tell us a little bit about the Roman history in your area. I mean,
So there's loads of, where I'm from is very mountainous, it's very hilly. So even 10 minutes down the road from me, there's in history books and things, that there was a Roman marching camp. They spent a few nights there. Obviously that's all protected area
right,
now, but it's just so surreal that, in your town, the Romans once walked, and I often think when you go to a site that has had a Roman villa next to it, and my mind takes me back to a place where I could be walking side by side with the Romans and think,
right,
I'm finding potentially what they dropped 2,000 years ago, and I'm the first person to touch that. So, but I will say I went out with a friend of mine. And I came across a lovely signal. It sounded so nice. And I picked it up and I looked at it and I thought, I don't really know what that is. I'll put it in my pocket and
right.
carried on walking. And I said to my friend, I said, I've just found this. I'm not sure what it is. And he looked at it and he was like, oh my gosh, you found a Roman fibula. And I was just clueless. I didn't know that that was a Roman fibula. And that's one of my best finds now.
Right. And I think that would be something too. I mean, I always hear about the Roman fibula. So that would be something that I will. Michael and I are planning on making a trip to the UK,
Oh, you
hopefully
should.
in the next year or two. So we're real excited about going over there and
Nice.
just going out trying to find some history.
Yeah, that's it.
My buddy Rob, the history digger, he's been on a few of these. In fact, he's getting ready to go on one in just a few weeks. So I know he's going to be over there. Surfside Dan wants to know if you ever use LiDAR to find old
Yeah.
roads. You do?
Yeah, definitely. And it's a good way you can see like the current map and overlay it with, the old maps from the 1800s just to try and suss out where those pathways would have been or the old roads. So it is a good tool to use, yeah.
Right, right. Rob wants to know, Jessie, if you had to pick somewhere else to hunt other than the UK, where is somewhere else you would like to hunt?
Well, so well, obviously, if I could and it was possible, I'd go to Rome. That would be my first
Mhm.
place. I'd be straight to Rome, and I'd go metal detecting all day and all night. But yeah, I don't know because we've got so much history here in the
Right,
UK, and we take it for granted.
right,
That it's literally history on our doorsteps. I take it for
right,
granted. So I love metal detecting in Wales, but also in England because there seems to be more history in England.
right.
And my finds have been better in England. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, and again, when you find something there, I know you guys have to report it, and do
hmm.
you turn it in? Where do you actually go somewhere to turn it in, or do you have to mail it, or what? How does that actually work?
Yeah, so that was an exciting process with my three hammered coins. So you obviously had to report it because it's considered potential treasure. And then you arrange them with the fines liaison officer. So mine is based in Cardiff Museum in the city. So that was really exciting. I got to take my
Yeah,
coins down to
I
her.
saw the video. That's the video where you walked in there, right?
That's it. Yeah, that's it. And well, she says they're going to be there for at least 2 years, but they're currently with the coroner and they're going through the valuation process. So fingers crossed I get them back. I'd rather have them back than any sort of
Well,
money
if
paid.
they end up keeping it, they pay you for it though. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
they pay me for it and I'll have to split that then with the landowner. But I'd say like most of us, I'm not in it for the money, I'd much rather have the coins.
Right. Digging Daryl says that he just subscribed to your channel,
Oh,
Jesse,
yeah,
and he's one of our
thank
regulars.
you.
And said he just subscribed and he put
Thank
at
you.
Taking with Jesse. So there you go. So
Yay,
again,
thank you.
hopefully you guys go check out her channel. It is a great channel, and she does a wonderful job of just showing the landscape and telling a good story to go along with it. I know a lot of
Yeah,
us love that when we're out when we're watching a video and seeing her in that landscape is just it's just beautiful. I mean, it really is amazing. So again, it is she does a great job with that part. She's got a good knack for
thank
what
you.
to show. I mean, I've seen that, and that was the one thing that just sort of jumped out at me. And then
Yeah,
she
I'm still learning.
yeah, well, you're doing great, but she
Thank you.
shows her finds, she talks about her finds, and she puts them up on the screen so you can see them nice and crystal clear, which sometimes I don't even do, but she's doing a great job with that.
Yeah.
So I think I had Johnny Rum wanted to know what's a program that you use that you really like, and do you adjust any of the settings, or do you just go with what's there for default on the Deus
So
too?
like I said, I've only been starting to use my machine properly since January. So I started off with the general setting, just to give myself, some understanding about the machine, really, tuning in my ears with the different sounds and the
Right.
tones. And then I asked on a Facebook group, what setting should I progress to from there, which I went to Sense EFT.
Okay.
And I found that a great setting to use. My finds rate went up again, from the general, but now I use the legacy program. And I've got to say that's my favorite one so far.
Okay,
My
all right.
finds just are really
And the
good with
legacy
that.
program is the one that Michael sort
That's
of
right.
helped create. Right, yeah. And
Mhm.
that's a great little program. And I know it works wonders over there. Sensitive
Yeah.
Full Tones is the program that Michael and I used for so
Yeah.
long. And I haven't really set
Good
up
program.
a program yet with different settings that we can use here yet, but I have been running a two-tone program
Yeah.
and been running it in a different a two-tone setting. Let's just clarify that. And I've been using it on different programs, and
Yeah.
it works really well for us. So again. But general is where we always tell people to start, just like what you just said. And then you graduated
used to it.
full tones and got used to that. And then
Yeah.
you sort of understand your settings a little more, and then you gravitate some other things.
Yeah. And even now I'm still learning, you know, I'm to like adjust the machine to what sort of ground you're in. So it's all a learning curve.
Yes. Relic Rat Recovering Artifacts Together says he says you got 2,000 to 3,000 years of treasure to dig. We only have 200 to 300
I know.
I know years to dig, but we get really excited when we find something. If I dug a 1600s coin here, which Michael was actually with me on the day that I dug it, and you know, that just blew me away because again it was from the Netherlands. It was and so and it was just crazy. So let's see here. Somebody said Ferris Grump is curious. He said he wants to know what those awards are behind.
They're not mine. They're my son's kickboxing awards. So I can't go kickboxing, but he had a competition recently where he went kickboxing. So
okay, there you go. Well, he must be really good at it with those trophies.
He's good for a 5-year-old. So yeah, he's not bad.
So Surfside Dan wants to know, Jessie, have you ever done any mudlarking?
No, but I'd love to. So like since I was a kid, you know, as well as buying the coins, I'd always be like a magpie looking for shiny things. So any shiny rocks or fossils or, you know, anything that's in the mud, I'd always be picking it up. But I'd love to try mudlarking one day, especially.
Yeah, it looks fun. I've watched them on videos do that. But
History Digger says he believes that would be a cool job, being a fines liaison officer. He says, do you also call them coroners?
So the fines liaison officer, they must be like a different department to the coroner, because she actually emailed me and she said the coins are with the coroner. So I mean, I work in a hospital, so the only coroner I was aware of was, you know, when people pass away. But with a coroner somewhere, so I'll just go with it.
Digging Dude says, Jessie, he just subscribed to your channel too, and he says he's looking forward to checking out your vids. So
thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. Can You Dig It says, Jessie, do you get recognition for those coins when they're in the museum? Did they put your name up there with it?
So at the minute they're just sort of in like the basement then, being recorded and documented. What she did say is if they decide to keep the coins, they'll either put them out on a display where hopefully I would get some sort of recognition, or they might keep them for like universities and colleges. So depending if they were doing a topic on Henry VIII, they might have some history students coming in to look at the coinage that was used during his era. So it's hard to know. Hopefully I would get recognized, but I just want them back.
I bet. I would want them back too, especially, you know, since those are just, I don't know, that would just, I mean, that just blows me away. Henry VIII. And I think when I was talking to Michael about it, that was one of the things I brought up. I said, you know, I would like to find Oliver Cromwell or Henry VIII or all these people that I talk, or Charles I or Charles II. I mean, all of that is stuff that I talk about. So it would just be fascinating to me.
It was surreal. And like when the one coin came, you know, when you get a coin and it comes out of the soil and you can kind of see like on the rim, it's going to be something nice. And I turned it to the side and I could see that there was two stuck together. And I was just like, oh, my mind was blown.
Right. I bet that had to be a fascinating find, for sure. Sort of like Michael, sort of like when I did that Calvary button the other day, right?
That's right. Yeah.
We would have probably got the same if we would have dug that in England or in Wales. I'm sure we would have reacted the same way that we react to a 200-year-old Calvary button.
So, well, I was crying. I had tears coming out of my eyes. I was so emotional. It was a really special day.
I did cry when I dug a USA button here in the United States because, again, that's the beginning of our country. And, you know, that history is just, you know, it's just
in your hands.
It overwhelms me. Ferris Grump says, Jessie, you need to use our sweeper program, which is the program that was developed by Michael.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, well, you can go check out the channel. It's on there for you. And FLX says, I'll be using the sweeper program with the Deus HF coil this weekend. So thank you, FLX, and really enjoyed their show. I was actually on their show on TikTok on Tuesday night. Really enjoyed the show. I appreciated those guys having me on. It's a great show. So if you do have TikTok and you want to catch a great live stream, FLX Detectorist and Andrew over there on TikTok and Beth do a great, wonderful job on a live stream. So go check out their stuff on TikTok as well. Let's see here. Here we go. So CZ Digger wants to know, Jessie, do you hunt with other YouTubers in Wales?
I'm new to the whole YouTube game, this is all new to me. So seeing everyone's names and logos and trying to like match people up with who I might have met in real life, and I think, oh wow, you're on YouTube.
Right.
So I have gone out. Me and only me again, Michael. We went out the other day on a dig together. That was really fun. And with the weekenders that I've got coming up, so Digathon and Detectable, there's other YouTubers there that they want to do like a collaboration and do some filming together. So it'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, Michael and I need to get over there and do some collaboration with you guys. That we need to get UK Michael to bring Michael and I over there to one of these hunts.
Definitely.
That's what needs to happen. That would be great.
Make it happen.
Anyway, and look, speaking of the devil, and he leaves the question. He says, "What's Jessie's top 3 bucket list or finds that she wants to find this year?" So we call those white whales. So what it's going to be? What's a find that you want to find that you haven't found yet, and something that would really just be over the top for you?
That's so hard because obviously my finds aren't amazing, like compared to what some people have had.
Sure.
But I think like on the list is the same as what I'd imagine most people's bucket list to be. As a Bronze Age, something like Bronze Age axe head. I'd love to find something Bronze Age. Gold, I'm yet to find gold, but the ultimate gold for me would be, like a Celtic stater, Celtic coin.
Right. Yeah, Digging Dude's already said that. He said a Celtic coin is definitely what. So if you found, I'm assuming though, if you found one of those gold coins, you have to report it, right?
You'd have to report it and log it.
Do they keep the gold coin? I mean,
I know. Well, if it's considered treasure, you see, it's all part of the treasure case, and you'd have to report it and log it, and hope that you get to keep it.
Right. Yeah, that would be hard to give up that gold coin there in the UK.
I know.
That would be really hard for me.
I know. I know.
FLX said, thank you, Brian. Appreciate that. I really enjoyed your show the other night. History Digger wants to know, does Jessie have more luck on fields or pasture? What's your preference, Jessie?
Oh, it's hard. I'm happy to just be out in the countryside. And I'm the type of, metal detectorist. I'll get in all the nooks and crannies and I'll go anywhere and everywhere. I'll brave all the weathers. If somebody says to me, do you want to go out digging today? I'm not too bothered where it is. I'll go to a ploughed field. I'll go to a pastured field. I haven't really got a preference. I'm just happy. I'm in my element to be out in any environment. I just haven't tried beach detecting. So that's one that I should try one day.
Yeah. That would be good. Digging Dude says Celtic Gold Quarter Stater I found is on the British Museum Records portable antiquities scheme online. It's recorded in their records. It was returned to him, and he was so happy that they did that.
Yeah.
Look at this comment. Look at this comment from UK Michael. He says you're welcome anytime, guys. Get to paddling.
That's cheeky.
Yeah, I know. What's up with that? He needs to just bring us over there, and we need to do an XP hunt.
Yeah, make it happen.
A detective all. What's the one you're going to right now? You're getting ready to go to?
Digathon is the next one coming up.
XP just needs to bring me and Michael and Rob. Bring us over there. Let us go detecting. Be the XP team, and let's go in there and kick some butt with some XP.
Make it happen.
Yeah, really. Yeah, definitely. History Digger said that's what I'm hoping to find in a few weeks.
I hope he does. I hope Rob.
Yeah, and
Don't find it before me though, Rob. I want to find it first.
He says that could be such a large array of items for those across the pond for history there. And yeah, she just said that. Yeah, it is a lot of stuff. Ferris
I went
Grumps
on
is
a dig once with like an American tour. So they came over from America to do some metal detecting in England. And they just couldn't believe the history that they were digging that they wouldn't have in places like America. So it was, I was really happy for them to see.
yeah, I like I said, it blows my mind. And I know there's so much history there. And again, I know a lot of the story for a lot of that stuff. And that's where I just feel like I was in a relic wonderland.
Right.
You know? And then Michael heard me say that about a couple of our permissions. I feel like I'm in a relic wonderland, but I know I would be in a relic wonderland over in Europe and especially in the UK. Drummond Detect wants to know if you've ever detected with Digger Dawn. Do you know who Digger Dawn is?
Yeah, I do know of her. We haven't met yet. We're going to be meeting at Digathon in a couple of weeks. So, yeah.
Well, look, we want to see some pictures. So we hope to see some pictures and some video and all that wonderful stuff from Digathon. And Michael and I can just sit here and just drool over all the great things that you guys are finding.
I hope I find something now.
You will. I know you will. So Edward G says, I like the diamond gold rings and gold jewelry, but I would love to find an old gold coin or gold silver cob also.
Me too.
So would all of us. We would love to find that as well. History Digger says he's going to be in the Norfolk area. So again, letting you know where he's going to be. Joe Dirt says, from what I've seen on your videos, your countryside is beautiful, right? And that's the one thing that just sort of blows me away. I just love seeing the beautiful. I love seeing the horse. I saw the Shetland pony on one of yours.
Oh, he's naughty.
Yeah,
he's deceiving. He tries to bite me all the time, amongst other things he tries to do to me, but he's really naughty. He is a tinker. He is. He's really naughty.
Says your country is beautiful, and I know it is. Just seeing the pastures and just everything. It just really
it's beautiful.
Blows me away.
Where I am in Wales, we're in a valley, so anywhere you look, you're surrounded by mountains. You are sort of in the middle of the valley, and there's just loads of landscape around. It's really beautiful, really nice.
Right. So I know you said you're going to this Digathon thing. What do you see in your future as far as for this next year? What are some things that you're hoping to accomplish? Maybe some things you're hoping to find. Maybe some places that you're going to be going over the next year. Can you fill us in on a little bit of that?
So metal detecting is, it's not just my hobby, it's my passion. I love doing it. It really does wonders for my mental health. It's a really great way to meet people. I've made friends now from literally all over the world through metal detecting, and I'm just hoping to continue going down that path of meeting like-minded people, advocating for mental health. Obviously history, showing the importance of what we can find. And my little boy is only 5, like I said, and he loves coming out with me metal detecting. And just teaching him, what king or queen was on that coin. I mean, beyond that, obviously I work full time. This is just my sideline, but as much as I can get out, I want to get out more. I want to visit more places. I want to find more things and just keep growing my social media side of it. Because the amount of comments I've had of people who maybe are unable to leave their home or due to an injury or mental health, and they're seeing things through my eyes then, so if I'm bringing a smile to somebody through walking in the countryside and finding bits and pieces, and I'm just happy doing that.
Right. And that's the one thing too that I sort of take from my social media as well, just like what you said. I think about the people that can't get out, or the people that would probably like to be doing this. And we're sort of their window to another, to that adventure, to that world. And that's it for them. And, that's special when you think about it in that way. Then the other thing is I always look at it like, we're teaching people about history. We're sharing things that, have happened in our past. And that's another thing too that's really important to me, and I know it's important to Michael as well. And that's what makes this hobby so great. And like I said at the beginning, history is always my number one thing, and then it's the metal detecting, and then it's the machines. The machines are actually third on my list when I go out. But I think you bring up a great point, and that is the idea that it's good for your mental health. I mean, I think about it all the time. I get lost out there when I'm out there metal detecting. I don't know you probably, because you've got such beautiful scenery, and I know when Michael and I go detect, and we just feel so blessed that we're able to walk on these grounds that are historical homes, as well as to enjoy being outside and enjoy the scenery, and everything else just doesn't matter at that point.
It just disappears then when you're out in the field. If you're on your own, it doesn't matter. If you've got company, fantastic. Everything else just disappears. So it's lovely.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, and that's the one thing too that I notice about your videos is that you try to help people get lost in that environment there and take their mind off of all the other things that are going on around them. And you're providing them with that. And you've got such a great demeanor too when you're doing it. And I think that really comes across in your videos, that people see that and then they go, oh yeah, I'm relaxed while I'm watching this. And
that's what I want. I want you to relax and enjoy. So yeah, that's good.
Enjoy. And I love the music you play in the background too.
Thank you.
That would be so hard for me. Probably the hardest thing I have for making a metal detecting video is trying to pick out the music. Michael, how long does it take you to pick out?
Yeah, it takes you the longest to find a good song.
Yeah, just to pick out something to sort of show. And I always sort of show mine in the beginning. I show where I'm at, what it sort of looks like, so people can sort of get a feel for where I'm at. But you take it one step further with the music, and you have a calm demeanor, and it's relaxing. And I think that's what makes your videos so appealing. Bear Scrump says, yeah, that's golden. Sharing your views and your activity is a treasure in itself, right? And I think a lot of us look at it that way. And a lot of us, it is. It's our escape. It's our escape into another world. It's our escape from maybe we've had something bad happen that week or whatever. But once we get out there, it all just sort of melts away.
It does. It really does.
And that's where this hobby is awesome, The History Digger says metal detecting is the closest thing to time travel anyone can experience. It connects the past with the present and preserves artifacts and their stories for future generations. Right. And that's the history side of it. We look at it like that. Digging Dude says, I don't use music in my head as much, but I record myself playing the guitar.
That's good.
I like that. I like that a lot. So, all right, we're gonna take a little pause because Jessie, you know what time it is?
No. Tell me.
It is Michael's tip of the week.
Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah, and everybody wants to see and watch. So we're gonna give Michael's tip of the week right now. So stay tuned. Here it comes, and then we'll be right back with you guys. So here it is, Michael's tip of the week.
Tip of the week this week. This week I want to talk about your settings on your machines. These new updates are coming out, and it's great to get out and test and do things, but as far as the tones go on the machine, I try to stick with the same tones that I'm used to using, because that kind of helps you get used to the machine over time. I know the Manicore, we've used it with the same settings since the last release. We found what worked and we stuck with it, and it kind of gets your ears in tune with it if you keep those same. So even though the updates have changed, you can still use those same settings as far as tonal settings go. But as far as reactivity, you can adjust. I'm just talking about the actual tones of the machine, and that will help you learn the machine faster and be more efficient with that machine. And that's pretty much my tip for this week, and I hope everybody has a good night. Thanks.
All right. So I got to get us back to our, let's see if we can get everybody in here. Let's get Jessie back. We about lost Jessie.
Don't forget me.
Yeah. So, okay. So that was Michael's tip of the week. Michael, we got to get you talking louder. You know what Digging Dude said? He says, hey, Michael needs to have some music playing in the
You
background.
wouldn't even be able to hear me then.
He said Michael needs music too, playing in his background for tip of the week. I like this one. Ferris Crump says, Michael says, settle down. You get way too excited for your tip of the week. Damien says, or subtitles.
Yeah, I agree with that one, actually.
Yeah, we need some. So we got to get him a microphone so he can talk into it. He did that early in the morning, by the way. So I'm gonna take up for him a little bit.
Yeah, he's
He
tired.
did that first thing this morning when he got up, and I think that was like 6 a.m. or something like that. So again, we appreciate it. Michael, you want to clarify what you said in there because it was a little low.
Well, I was just talking about, we're updating these machines, but we still stick with our tones that we're used to. And that's, it's fine to change your settings, try different settings, but I try to stick with the same tone. We've been using the two-tone program for a while.
Right.
It seems to be working good, but I think that's the key to learning these machines. A lot of times, if you got a set of tones that you enjoy using, that you've gotten used to, I would kind of stick to that,
Right.
not necessarily the program, but
Right. Well, and we've gotten used to a two-tone. Of course, we've used sensitive full tones, which Jessie just mentioned a few minutes ago, and we love that as well. And again, pitch and this new pitch too. I mean, I've used them all, and that's one too that I really sort of lean towards as far as the tones go. And again, you use what you feel the most comfortable with, and then go with it from there. And if you need to change it, then change it. If you like what you're using and it really relates to your ear, and you've got a good ear for that kind of stuff, then I think that would be great. Right. Surfside Dan says, yeah, the sound of a target is music to your ears.
Right.
And I agree with Surfside Dan 100%. And Carson Chris, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate that, buddy. And hopefully you're enjoying your HF2 coin. You find a lot of gold nuggets out there where you are. And look at Carson Chris's thing. You see, he's got a gold coin here from the United States, which is beautiful. Beautiful. Yes. Only Me Metal Detecting says, Mike, a tip of the week jingle will be great. That's what we need right there. So Only Me Again Metal Detecting says we need a jingle for it. So we're gonna have to maybe we can get Digging Dude to write you a jingle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a little music on the guitar or something to really get you into it. Edward G said you might need a second cup of coffee first before you
Maybe.
I didn't. I don't think I had one at that point yet. So
I like Tex Kinsey. He said grits got stuck in Michael's throat.
yeah. Grits sound good in the morning, but I didn't have any this morning.
Michael, we appreciate you, buddy. We're all just having fun. You know that.
Yeah.
Only Me Again Metal Detecting says if you change to a frequency addition program from a subtracted program, keeping the same tone breaks will be a big advantage. And he's basically reaffirming what Michael just said. And I agree with him 100%. Edward G says, I normally use 60 tones on the Legend, but set up with 2 tones when I went to the beach last week. Right. And the 2-tone programs are basically, it's a beep and dig program. You set it up that way. Anything that sounds high, you're going to dig. Anything that sounds low, you're not going to dig. And you can set up where you want that break to be. And I think that's why Michael and I have had such really good success with that.
Works great relic hunting. Now, if
it
you're
definitely works great relic hunting. If you were in a lot of modern trash, not so sure that would be the best environment for it. But if you were relic hunting and having a two-tone program, I think that's where it would really, really, really shine. Dig and Do says he'll write you a jingle, Michael. So there you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Looking forward to
So
it.
Joe Dirt's got a question. Says, Jessie, do you ever use the XY screen? Have you ever used the XY screen?
No, I've never used it. A friend of mine, he uses it all the time and really loves it. I've never tried it. I'm a kind of creature of habit in some ways. I like to, if it works, it works, and until it doesn't work, then I'll try something new. So yeah, I haven't used it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's a great addition. I know a lot of people that use that and generally use it on the beach. From what I've seen, I know a lot of people that enjoy running that, love running it on the beach. So, and Michael and I don't really use the XY screen that much either, but there are some people that love it and they swear by it. It's just something that I've never really gravitated to. So Digging Dude wants to know, Jessie, do you find lots of greenies on your permission, like KG half pennies and those types of things?
Yeah. So until I had my two hammered coins and I had a big Roman Sestertius coin last weekend, that's all I've been digging is pennies, half pennies, which is still a nice find to have. But
Right.
when you're leaving after a day's digging with pennies and half pennies, it becomes a bit of when am I going to find something nice? But yeah, they're still a nice find to have.
Right. Rob says it's one of the areas where I prefer the Manicore, and that's the target trace. And again, the Manicore does do a great job with the screen and giving you sort of a general idea about whether it's a ferrous or non-ferrous target based on where it appears on that screen. And again, he says he hopes XP improves on that screen side and that XY. So again, Detective Two Guns is in the house. Says Florida finally in the house. Digging Dude says I found a William, and I would love to find this, a William and Mary halfpenny in New York, USA, very worn, and that would be one too that I would love to find. You dug any William and Mary?
Yeah, I have, yeah, lucky, one of each, so which is nice.
Really? So is that a rare coin there or no?
For me, I'd say yes.
Yeah.
I've got one of each in the last 3 years, but I mean they're there, they're in the ground to be found. You just got to walk over them to find them. So
right. So would people jump up and down if they found a William and Mary? Would that be like, yes?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
So
that's just me.
And again, that's something that I teach about. I teach about the Glorious Revolution, and just knowing that whole story. And of course, Mary was James II's daughter, and basically, her and her husband overthrew James II. So she overthrew her father to assume the crown, and it created the first constitutional monarchy there in the UK. And I know Jessie knows this, but Michael and some of the audience may not know this. So again, that sort of sets the stage for what happens here in the United States, because it sort of limited the power of the king by creating this constitution, and we get the English Bill of Rights out of that as well. So again, it all connects, and that's why I would love to dig a William and Mary. That would be awesome. FLX Detector says my friend uses the XY screen in Northern Ireland and loves it, and I know a lot of people that use it. I just have a hard time with it, but XY screen is really, really good for those people that definitely want to know ferrous and non-ferrous. Tex Kinsey wants to know, do you hunt close to the hedgerows over there in Great?
You've always got to give them a go, especially if they've been, ancient hedgerows and they've been maybe footpaths before that. Maybe they've always been a hedgerow. Someone is bound to have walked up and along them in the dark, maybe finding their way home, dropped something. So yeah, I always give them a go.
So I've got a good question for you. So when you're hunting these fields, when they plow the fields, do you feel like that's a better time to hunt, or does it really mess with you whenever you go out to hunt a plowed field running?
I love a plowed field. Things are going to be closer to the surface.
Right.
You don't have to really dig deep to find them because they've essentially been turned over. So I love a plowed field. sometimes it could be a bit hard on your shoes and your ankles, trying to navigate your way through the soil. But yeah, I love a plowed field.
So Rob wants to know, has Jessie or others on the chat watched Time Team? I don't even know what Time Team is.
I don't know.
What is that, Jessie? Do you know?
It's like, where they go and they like, uncover ancient, maybe like a Roman villa or something, and like a team of archaeologists will go and they'll go like scraping and digging around in the ground to see, what would have been there years ago. It's really good.
Right. Digging Dude sort of agrees with what we just said. I used the XY screen, just a little more info, but not 100% reliable. LC Hunt wants to know, Jessie, is it difficult in getting sites or landowners more sensitive about people detecting on their land, or are they more open to it? I mean, I know that a lot of them probably get hit up quite a bit.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I've got 3 or 4 permissions, which have been okay for me to get. It's like I said, through people that I know. But my latest permission that I've had, I was actually told no a couple of times, and I kept trying, and I knocked the door, and they kept saying no, 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 and they were really, a bit, I don't know, suspicious of me going there because it's all down to trust. They
Right.
don't know me, I don't know them. And then I guess over persistent asking, they finally agreed, and now we've got a lovely relationship. So yeah, you just got to keep asking.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that like I said, I can only imagine what it's like over there and people wanting permissions and so on. And then, I'm sure a lot of these farmers get bombarded, especially if people know that there was history in that area.
Yeah.
Especially Roman history, I would think. So, but it's the same way here.
Yeah.
Michael does a great job at permissions. He can knock on the door and talk to anybody. Can't you, Michael?
I can't. I can't do that. I'm too shy.
All right, here's a good one for you. So,
Yeah, I was laughing about
Amy
it.
Thorpe says you can only pick one: Princess Kate or Meghan Markle. Go.
Oh, this is about metal sected.
Oh, dang,
Princess
he
Kate.
ain't right.
There you go, Princess Kate.
Princess Kate, no Meghan
There we
Markle.
go.
Yeah.
Well, I like
Yeah.
them both. I like them both. I got no qualms.
I like Princess Kate too. I'm with you, Princess Kate for sure. Joe Dirt says, I'm certain that I will never find a hammered coin, but I did come across a hammered detector as once.
Was that me? It could have been me. Oh.
So when they have these like Digathon and Detective All, did they have like ale and beer there for you?
Oh yeah.
They did.
So I went to my first like weekend event probably about 2 months ago now, and the guy who runs it, he's one of my sponsors, and he makes his own moonshine. And I was by the campfire, and he came towards me with this bottle of homemade moonshine, and ooh, I was crying the next day, and not because I found anything nice. I was so unwell.
I can't let Michael around any moonshine. There's no telling what'll happen with him.
Strong. He was really strong, but good times.
That's good. I like that. G Girl says, I'm shy too. I've had a hard time asking. It is tough.
Jessie, I got a question. Are you in a detecting club in the UK?
Yeah, so I go to a couple of different groups, they hold weekend digs mostly on a Sunday. So whichever one is holding an event, you pay £20 and you get to go for the day, and it's good, yeah.
Right. Only me again, metal detecting Michael. UK, I call him UK Michael because I've got US Michael and I have UK Michael. And then my buddy whose information is stolen, we haven't mentioned Mike, and we need to do that real quick. LMS metal detecting, guys, for all your metal detecting needs. Mike is scrolling across the bottom. If you need anything, go check out my buddy Mike at LMS metal detecting. His logo's up there in the top screen. He's got everything and anything. He's a great supporter of our channel, and we appreciate Mike so much. But again, his information is scrolling across the bottom. If you're interested in this new HF2 coil, Mike can get you hooked up, put you on that list, and hopefully a lot of those coils will be arriving fairly soon here in the United States. So if you've been waiting on one, hopefully they will be here soon, and he can get you anything and everything else, including one of our giveaways tonight. He can get you one of those as well. So again, I would love to watch the Time Team Michael. So I'm gonna definitely have to go and check.
Looks like I'm gonna be watching that after the live stream.
Yeah, you'll be binge watching it before it's all over with. Yeah, Tex Kinsey says to get permission, we never send the ugly to the door. So we have a hard time. I mean, and again, I love it when somebody comes down from the north and they say, well, let's go get a permission. And nobody wants to go and talk. They want to send the southern guy to do the talking in our area because they don't want them to know that they're a northerner.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know if y'all have that problem in the UK. People that live in the northern portion of the UK.
There's always those demographic challenges.
Yeah. So again, here in the United States, when northerners come down and they want to go metal detect, they always want the southerner to go to the door and knock on the door so they'll recognize their accent, just like what you and I were talking about. Hi, Fred wants to know, have you ever met Gary Blackwell from Skill School?
No, not yet. I've watched a couple of his videos on YouTube, but we haven't met. No.
Right, and Gary is Gary's been on here too, by the way, Jessie. He's been on this live stream. So again, now you joined that elite company.
Thank you.
So now we got to get UK Michael on here, and
yeah, he needs to come on here.
Yeah, he's going to be on here. I'm going to drag him on here for sure. So, but anyway, yeah, Gary's been on here. Gary's a wonderful, wonderful guy and does a great job in explaining and instructing on a lot of metal detecting things as well. So we appreciate Gary. Yes, LC Hunt's right. Only Me has a great channel. Go check him out as well. He is the XP social ambassador for the most part, so he does a lot of the social media stuff for XP as well. So we appreciate him, and he's just a wonderful guy to deal with. Here's a good one, Jessie. So they want to know if you ever find any World War I or World War II finds in your area.
Yeah, so I found some, which is really interesting to me anyway, is World War II bomb shrapnel. So that's really, cool to find. It sounds lovely when you find it. And my son actually brought some into school. They were doing like a VE, like Victory Day, when World War II ended, and he brought those little pieces into school then to show his teacher. So that's, a heartbreaking find to find because it was used, during the war, but still a cool find to find something during the war. Yeah.
Right. I like some of these comments. He says, I bet you Brian didn't have a hard time getting a permission. Do I, Michael?
No, you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, I'm really good. I can talk to somebody in a heartbeat and get them to eventually let us on, right? The Gunn says, get the door slammed on a Yankee, right? It's tough. I'll admit that. Diggy Dude says, I'm a Yankee. I'm afraid to knock on a southern door. So, and again, that goes to the north-south type thing, Jessie, in case you sort of, so people in the north are called Yankees. So that's what we call them.
Well, I'll tell a story.
What's that?
Me and Mental Metal, I'm sure most people know, we went and done some door knocking, and it was kind of that scenario you're talking about. And he was like, man, it's tough to get permission from here. I said, yeah, I tried to tell you that. And,
he had to send you up there to talk. You can draw out those words a little bit better than he can, for sure. Drummond the Tech says, send in the Yankee. LC Hunt says, I'm from Boston. Southerners don't understand what I'm saying.
I had that same problem, LC.
And I know, Jessie, I know you deal with a lot of the same things because there's different accents in different parts of the UK too. Just like in Wales versus, I guess, the people that live in England, right?
Yeah. Well, even from the next valley over, the accents all change. So, yeah, definitely.
Right. The History Digger wants to know, are there any other hobbies that you like to do other than metal detecting?
So, obviously, the main one is metal detecting. Other hobbies, I love going museums, we've got lovely beaches here. We're really lucky. We've got the mountains and the coastline. I'm such a history geek. We've got gorgeous castles in Wales and the history behind the castles. So yeah, if I'm not metal detecting, I'll just be spending time with my family and my friends, and going off for the day exploring. Yeah.
Right. That's great. That's awesome.
Mm.
UK Michael wants to know, a farmer that says no to Jessie is probably not the farmer.
Well, who knows? But I've been told no before, so
Yeah.
yeah.
It happens, doesn't it, Jessie? It just does. I mean, you know, you can
Happens.
say or do whatever you want. Sometimes they're
Yeah.
just going to say no. So, Digging Dude wants to know, Jessie, what is the coolest button you've ever found? So we talk about coins, but
Yeah.
what about buttons? I mean, they all know me as the button guy. For
I
the
got
most
a lot of buttons as well. Yeah.
so
I mean, coolest button. I did find a really nice button on the weekend actually when I went out digging with Michael, and it's a navy button, and the detail that's come up on there is still looks like it would, when it was dropped, you could see all the gold detail on there. So that's really nice for a button that I found. I'm trying to think of another nice button. I've got a nice button. Again, that's kind of like a golden color, and it's from um sort of our local army base then. So from the 1800s, there would have been like a uniform button. So that's a really nice button. Yeah, I like the uniform buttons.
right. Damien Thorne says that when you go knocking on doors, you need to bring barbecue.
That's the tip of the week right there.
Barbecue or whiskey, I'm told. So I'll have to try it.
Whiskey or barbecue, that
Yeah.
would both work. I'm sure for a lot of people. Patrick Parker's in here. He says hello from Rogersville, Tennessee. Deer hunting permission is the same. Send the country boy over the city boy. Right? Yeah. Send us country boys in to do that kind of work for sure. When I was in Scotland and in the U.S. Navy at Rosyth, they called me a Yank. They call all people from the U.S. a Yank. Yeah, they call those Yankees. So you call people from the U.S. a Yank, Jessie?
No, I don't think I ever have. I mean, I've heard of the Yankees, but I would just say Americans, I suppose. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. CZ Digger says Scottish can be real hard to understand. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's some really thick Scottish accents, for sure. Digging Dude said there's lots of 4-hole buttons in the UK.
Yeah, lots.
Yeah. Digging Daryl says the soil must be real mild in your country. What's the dirt like there, Jessie?
Well, at the minute, it's quite hard digging, so we haven't had much rain here, so it's like digging concrete. We need a really good downpour, but generally the soil is really nice to dig. Given I live in the valley, like I said, we've
Right.
normally got a lot of rain, so the soil is quite easy going, but at the minute it's really hard.
So it's not mineralized though. You have like a lot of.
It can be. So where I've got my permissions, they're quite close to old coal mines. So the ground is really mineralized, and like the pinpointer, when you're putting it in, it'll just be going off on the soil everywhere. So that's one thing I've really got to be mindful of, because it's just picking up bits of, mineralization everywhere.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I've always wondered about that, and I'm sure it's quite different. Again, it's sort of like the same way in our area, but
Yeah.
I live closer to the coast, so most of my soil is very mild, very neutral, very
Yeah.
sandy, and so on. So I'm trying to get some of these questions. You got a lot. Has Jessie ever found a hoard of coins, or know anyone that has?
Yeah, so, well, I wouldn't call mine a hoard, but I've had a mini coin spill of the three hammered coins.
Right.
And I met a guy on a group dig a couple of weeks ago, and he's found a hoard of Roman coins that he thinks it came out of like a broken pot. So he is just dropping that off to the museum now at the moment. So that's only 20 minutes down the road from me, so that's really good history wise. Yeah,
Isn't it great when you can go somewhere really close to your house?
I know.
And you don't have far to go, Michael has to drive 3.5 hours to go metal detecting,
Wow.
but he's got some great sites. I can't
Yeah,
get him to
it's
go
worth
out and look for them.
Yeah.
That's what I keep telling him. Joe Dirt says that he would give permission if Michael was standing in someone's doorway. The response would be yes. So Michael is about 6'7", Jessie, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tall.
Yeah, he's a very tall dude. So
the answer is going to be yes then.
oh yeah, and I'm 5'7". So yeah, he's a good foot taller than me. So
yeah.
So anyway, he's good to have along, especially when we're out in the woods or when we're going to ask for permissions. So,
yeah.
But we have a good time. The history digger says, Michael asking for permission. I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Maybe I'll use that one next time.
So FLX says, Brian, have you found a big coin spill or cache? I've never really had much luck with digging coin spills. I mean, I'll find an individual coin. I might find a coin nearby, but I've never dug like a whole bunch of like silver coins or anything like that. So no, I've never really dug a big coin spill. Now I might have done.
You found 2 or 3 KG coins right in one spot, didn't you?
Yeah, but they weren't like all like I'm assuming he's meaning like all in one hole or whatever. But yeah, Michael is right. You were talking about KGs and Michael watched me dig. How many did I dig that day, Michael? 4 or 5 KG3, all all in one little area. Like they were spread out, but they were spread apart. And so yeah, we dug a bunch of KGs off of that one site. And KG3s are big for us because of course King George was the one who really sort of sparked the American Revolution. Eventually helped us establish our independence. So we find those here, but a lot, and I don't know if it's the same way over in the UK or not, but most of those coins, there's not a lot of detail left on them.
It depends on the soil condition. So sometimes I've had them come up and they're completely toasted. You can't make out any detail. And then sometimes they come up as if they were dropped on the day they were made, in their lovely condition.
Yeah. Most of the ones that we find are in really, really rough shape, and we're in pretty good soil. So I was real curious as to hear that. So Tez Ridge Digger said Bigfoot. That's what they nicknamed Michael. They call him Bigfoot. Tex Kinsey says, is it true Michael stepped on Grandma Petunia? Thank you, LC Hunt. We appreciate that so much. We appreciate any of those donations. They all go straight back into the channel to make this all happen. Chris says, Michael, you would be good asking permissions here in the Republic of Texas. Right. So great show, great guest. And of course, it has been a great show, great guest, definitely.
Yeah.
I think dude says, Jessie, have you found any jet?
No, one I think is a Jetton, but it's really worn. So yeah, not one that I can say for certain.
Right. All right. Well, Jessie, we don't want to keep you long because I know it's late over there in the UK. What is this? Almost 1:30, right?
It's nearly 2 a.m. But to be honest, I'm quite awake now. I was tired earlier, but yeah, I'm quite awake now.
Well, good. Gary Hull says, Jessie, love the countryside you go hunting in. There you go. And History Digger says, I love how Jessie decorated her detector. Yeah, she's got these little pink emblems and things, and you got the pink rim around the outside. I
like pink, so
yeah, that looks cool. Digging Dude says, this is a great show. Says thanks to Jessie. And again,
thanks for watching.
Belle says, thank you, Jessie, for being here tonight and taking your time. And again, we do appreciate you. Ohio Fred says, great chat and great guest. And again, I know we do a lot of technical talk, but we love having, guests like you who can explain some of the things that they're doing in the hobby and enjoying the hobby. And we want everybody to feel that way too when they go out and upload. We want them to enjoy what they're doing. So again, yes, the bumper. That's right. So yeah, Old Timer says he likes the bumper, and he says that the History Digger says, and that would be. And Rob's right. That would be a great marketing tool is to make a pink shirt.
Yeah,
there's room for that.
And I know you would wear it, right?
I would wear it. Yeah.
We should come out with a pink shirt. Well, if UK Michael's still on here, we need to.
Yeah. And I hope he's listening.
Yeah.
Get
yeah.
to work.
Yes, FLX Detector says yes, really good guest and host. Thank you so much, FLX. Tex Kinsey says cheers to Jess. They're saying thank you for being on the show, Jessie. We appreciate you. Gary's Dick says we love your accent, which I do. I love your accent.
Thank you.
It's a lot better than listening to Michael's accent all the time.
I like your accents.
Yeah. Heavy Metals Detecting Kentucky says great show. Thanks, Jessie, for coming on. We do appreciate you. Ferris Gump says he would wear it in the summer. He says I don't wear black, so he would wear the XP shirt.
Lots of people would wear one.
Right, sure. Diggy Dude says I want a tie-dye XP shirt. LC Hunt says that Michael would look good in that pink shirt. All 6'7" of him would look good
in a pink XP shirt.
I wear it.
Yes, and History Digger's right. We need to attract more women into the hobby.
Yeah.
And support cancer or mental health charities.
Yeah.
That's a great idea for XP.
Yeah.
Rob, thanks for sharing that. Potato Two Guns, thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate the donation tonight, and thank you for coming on here and being on here with Michael and Jessie and I. We really, really, really appreciate it. Drummond Detect says, find us a gold stater, Jessie. So there you go. Yeah, thank you for awesome. Get you a gold stater. History Digger says, great guest and great show. Thank you so much, Rob. We appreciate that. Digging Dude says, no pink shirt for Michael.
Wow.
I like this one. Bunny rabbit.
Like off the Christmas story, the pink bunny suit. Yeah.
History Digger says, I will pay big to see Michael with a jingle wearing a pink shirt.
Yeah, I paid to watch that as well, actually.
For instance, might be easy for the bear to spot in the woods in pink. Oh, gosh. You guys are brutal. Rob, when you're coming back through Kentucky, we need to get together. There we go. LC Hunt said that would be a pink nightmare. Oh, Lord. Oh, Potato Two Guns, thank you so much. I know we're laughing and giggling a lot right now, but we appreciate you so much. Yes, and the pink shirts. Digging Darrell says, thank you, Jessie, for staying up late.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Jessie.
Right.
No, thank you for having me.
History Digger said that would be.
You're just taking the mickey out of him now.
Yes, I know. Imagine Mike in a pink belly shirt. Thanks, Sasquatch. Pink. You guys are so brutal.
I know they're getting rough on me.
They said I run from 7-foot weapons.
Stop it now. I'm going to get the giggles.
Oh, gosh. Oh, Rob brought up the pink shirt, and you see where all this went, Jessie. Oh, okay. Well, we got to do our giveaway. So
yeah.
So we need to do that. We need to let Jessie get to bed because I really, again, Jessie, I know you do night shift. I know you're sort of used to this, but
I know, yeah.
You really want to get your sleep as well. So Bill said, poor Michael, we still love you.
Thank you, Bells. I love you too.
Yeah, very happy group tonight. It is.
No, it's been good. You got to have a laugh.
Yeah, Digging Dude's a tough crowd. Yes, Jessie is on TikTok, FLX. And maybe they'll have you on their show. They got a great little show that they do on TikTok, and I'd love to have you on there as well. So and I like this. So Heavy Metal Detecting Kentucky says #Mike's pink shirt. We got to get you in that pink shirt, Michael.
It's not going to be dropped now. It's going to keep on going.
It's going to follow us around. G Girl says yes. Says she follows you on TikTok.
Oh, thank you.
There we go. Yes, they're all in Mike's pink midriff. We should have never got on that one for sure. All right, so I'm about to be blinded here. Let's do this giveaway. So guys, due to Jessie being on here tonight, I decided that we would do a very special giveaway. So what we're going to give away is an XP 240 backpack. And this is a very nice giveaway. And we appreciate XP donated this for our live stream to give away tonight. And we wanted to make sure we did it when Jessie was on here. So again, this is a wonderful giveaway, and you guys are going to have the wonderful pleasure of being able to win this time. So this is a great pack. You can, Jessie, do you have one of these by chance?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Right. So what all do you stick in your backpack?
Oh, everything and everything. Everything goes in my backpack.
Everything.
Snacks are the most important thing. Snacks, lots of snacks.
Snacks. Yeah, you gotta have some good snacks.
Very good snacks.
So what are some snacks that you like to put in your backpack? That'll be the next one.
I've got a real sweet tooth, so I'll eat loads of like jelly sweets, chocolate bars, crisps, coffee, iced coffee, my squash, anything and everything goes in there. It's supposed to be healthy and add a banana and maybe an apple, but yeah, you got to have snacks when you're out digging all day.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. Me and Michael and I definitely understand that, don't we, Michael?
Yeah, we sure do. We had to stop every couple of hours.
The question is, can you put a chicken sandwich in that knapsack?
Oh yeah, you could put a chicken sandwich in there easy.
Michael, would you put a chicken sandwich in that XP240 backpack?
I probably have put one in there. I got a 240. I love it. It's especially in the summertime. It's lighter weight, and it's not as hot to me carrying it.
Yeah, I love it. So yeah, Tesher's Digger says that he puts Miller Lite into his backpack. That's the beer. That's the beer, Jessie.
Why not?
Yeah, take a couple of beers. I have one great backpack. Got one when they first came out. Came with a mini dig bag at that time.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yes. Lost Soul says hello all. I'm glad you guys are in here. Dig and Do says chocolate and beer in the pack and an apple.
And an apple.
Yeah,
Happy
well, I know
days.
he's got more beer than he has an apple in there. I promise.
Probably.
Beers than apples, I'm sure. Silverhunt, sounds like you've all been drinking moonshine.
I feel like I have, to be honest.
Well, when it gets late, you get a little silly. That's it.
Yeah.
Tex Kinsey says Michael carries a Patriot survival box. Yeah. Tesher's Digger says Bud Light in his 240 backpack. So again, all right. So we're going to do this giveaway. And again, if you want to get in on it, let's share our screen here. Give me 1 second here. Our giveaway tool. And again, as much as I would like to ship overseas, that is pretty expensive. So again, USA users only for this, fortunately. But again, make sure you're a subscriber. Go check out Jessie's channel if you haven't already. Make sure you subscribe to her. She's does a wonderful job. So definitely go and check that out. And I know she would appreciate it. And we were really blessed to get her on here tonight and get her staying up a little bit late for us to join our show. And we really appreciate her so much for taking her time tonight. So we're going to start
detecting in tomorrow, Jessie.
What day is it tomorrow? No, Saturday, no detecting tomorrow, but I am going on a group dig on Sunday. So fingers crossed.
So when you say a group dig, how many people usually go on your group digs?
So I think this one is capped at 40, just due to the acreage and things. So 40, I think this one is, which is usually about between 20 and 40. Sometimes I've been on a group with about 60. But yeah, it should be a good day Sunday.
Well, so you are part of a club? Did I hear you say that earlier or not?
Yeah, so I'm part of like various different groups on Facebook, and I keep an eye out on the events, and whenever they run in a dig, and if I'm free and not working, then I'll go. Yeah, I like to go out most weeks, to be honest. So yeah.
Okay, all right. So I'm waiting to see if this shows up. I might have to go back out and go back.
I think you're going to have to, because they've already started listing them on there. So
yeah, well, I just did. Let's see. Give me 1 second here.
Nope.
No. pack. Nice. XP pack. Well, let me go back in. We'll put it back in. I don't know why it does this sometimes. And I didn't put his face, by the way.
Still.
Doesn't want to work.
Yeah, it'll work. We'll get it. And start collecting. Let's go back. There it is. Got it. All right. Let me share my screen. And giveaway tool, share. Okay, now we're back. All right, we got 33 people in here. So somebody's going to be the lucky winner of this pack tonight. And should be a really, really nice prize for someone, especially. You guys that do a lot of walking. Maybe you get out and you've got a long walk, or maybe you just want to be able. I'll tell you what, and Rob, the history digger, has said this too, that it's great for taking on airplanes and stuff to take that 240. So again, I think that a lot of you will appreciate that, the size of it. We got 41 so far, so we got a lot of people in here. Again, before you guys leave, please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, we would love if you would subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button. Go check out Jessie's channel as well. Hit the subscribe button and hit that notification button and like button on her videos. I know she would appreciate that, and especially with her taking her time out tonight on a Friday night and joining in with us. But this is a great prize, and all this is because XP's really, really good to us and really, really good to Jessie as well. And we appreciate XP sponsoring us. We also appreciate Mr. Mike Kyle at LMS Metal Detecting. Again, go check out Mike. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to share. I better wait. We'll share Mike's website as well in just a few minutes. But you can find Jessie on YouTube. Jessie is just Detecting with Jessie, right? And it shows up, correct?
Is that?
Right. So you guys that wanted to know, I think somebody asked me, I think it was Jeep Girl, wanted to know, can anybody share Jessie's YouTube channel? I might include the link in the description once we get off here. And again, but it's Detecting with Jessie. You can check her out on YouTube and check out her videos. So Bill said, good luck Sunday, Jessie. Thank you again for being on here.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. Brian Thomas says, great show, guys. And thank you, Jessie, for joining us tonight. We appreciate
Thank you for watching.
so much. And again, we've got a wonderful audience, Jess, and we hope that they'll become part of your audience as well.
Well,
So,
hopefully. It's been a really good show. I've really enjoyed it.
well, hopefully we weren't. Now, were we too hard on you, Jess?
No, you were really easy. I was so nervous. I was really, really nervous, but it's like talking to two of my friends. It's been really good.
And that's the way it should be, right? Detecting Adventure says definitely a guest that you need to have back on again. So, Jessie, will you be up to be back on here again? Michael didn't scare you off, did he?
No, and your audience are amazing. You've got lovely people coming in and watching and commenting. So I'd definitely come back again.
Right. The History Digger says, thanks, guys. Thanks, Jessie. He says, good luck, folks. Yeah, good luck to everyone tonight. Brian Thomas says, good luck, everyone. We appreciate that. Bill, thank you, too, as well. And I know we laughed and giggled a lot, too, so hopefully that wasn't distracting to a lot of people. But it was fun. We had a fun time tonight.
We had fun.
Especially with Michael wearing the pink XP shirt.
Don't bring it back up now.
Surfside Dan says, we need to get Aggie on the show. And Aggie says, ha ha ha, Surfside Dan. Yeah. Digging Dude says, there's the comment. We're just a bunch of fun buggers. As they would say in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Right. We appreciate you, Richard. Thank you for joining in with us tonight. Heavy Metal Detecting Kentucky. This is always a great show. All the best to you, Jess. So there you go as well. Yes. Let's see here. Great. CZ Digger says great show and great guests. We appreciate that. Nice, Jessie.
Oh, that's really kind. No star.
Yeah, no stop. So there we
That's
go.
Welsh. That's Welsh for good night.
Yeah, good night. Robert
Yeah.
Robert Justice does a great show. Yeah, we had a lot of fun tonight. And again, we enjoyed having Jessie on. Richard Pelkey says, have a great weekend, everyone. Richard Smart says, thanks, guys, for doing the show tonight. And we appreciate that. We got 45 entries in here. We're going to close this thing out in a few minutes. We'll give a couple more minutes. So, Jess, you say you're going to metal detect maybe Sunday? Is that what you said?
Sunday. Yeah.
Right. And then when is the show or the event or that you were talking
The Digathon. No, I'm going to an event with UK History Finder. So it's actually sponsored by Mine Lab, but
about? Okay,
Day's users can go too.
sure.
So I'll be going to that event with my family in 2 weeks' time, and then Digathon is the weekend after that. And then we've got Detectable then, I think 2 or 3 weeks after that. So exciting times.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good. So hopefully you find something really, really good. Like I said, we'll be
Fingers
looking forward
crossed.
to checking out your video and checking out your finds as well. So again, Chris says fantastic show tonight. We appreciate that, Chris, so much. And again, hopefully everyone enjoyed the show, and we hopefully you guys will be back. And if you're new, again, like I said, hit that like and subscribe button. Definitely go check out Mr. Mike Howard, LMS Metal Detecting, for all your metal detecting needs. His information is scrolling across the bottom, and we appreciate Mike as well. So again, I think we're just about done. Looks like we've been stuck at 45 for the last few minutes.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to do this. CZ Digger says, good luck on Sunday, Jess.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. LC Hunt says, a lot of fun tonight. And it was. Even though we picked on Michael and some of y'all picked on me, and that's good. But we didn't let anybody pick on you, Jess. So that was
No, thank you. Thank you.
good. So again, a lot of fun. Old P-Line says good luck to all. All right. So we've been stuck on 45. So I think we're going to do this drawing. Good luck to everyone. Remember, if you win tonight, don't forget to send me your mailing address at sransc@gmail.com. And we will get this out to you as soon as possible. So please make sure that you share that with us tonight. Send it to my email. Send me your send me your mailing address, and send me a phone number, and we will get you this backpack out. So we will have that coming to you really, really soon. So again, thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. And we're going to do this drawing. Let's see who's going to be the lucky winner tonight. We have 45 entries. And again, thank you guys for being here tonight. Thank you, XP, for donating this prize. And let's do our drawing as well. So here we go. So let's see who's going to be our lucky winner. Let's go. Let's go. Who's it going to be? Steve 10. So Steve 10. You must be here to win. If he's not here, then we're going to do the drawing all over.
He commented 2 minutes ago, so he should be on here.
Yeah, I think he is. I know he left something. Congratulations to Steve. If he's here, Steve, let us know you're here so you can claim your prize. Any sign from Steve? Jeep Girl says congratulations to Steve. But Steve hasn't commented yet.
Oh.
Yeah, we're waiting. We're waiting. Old P-Line says congratulations, Steve. Drummond the Tech says congratulations, Steve. Well, where's Steve?
Steve's gone.
Steve, I know you didn't leave. Brian Thomas says congratulations, Steve. We're waiting on Steve.
There he is. He said, I'm here.
Steve says I'm here.
Yeah.
Good. All right, Steve. So
Well done.
congratulations, Steve. Please make sure that you share your mailing address with me at sransc@gmail.com. And we will get this out to you. Thanks again, Steve, for watching tonight, and congratulations on a wonderful prize from XP. And That's a super, super nice backpack. Michael, you have that backpack too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I use it most of the time, as a matter of fact.
Right. So, okay. Well, guys, I think that's going to be a wrap. We've been on here. We're almost on here 2 hours. So that's a long time. I hate I kept Jess this long. So,
Well, no, I've enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. We appreciate you coming on.
right. Thank you, Ferris Grump. All that, again, goes straight back to the channel, and it helps support our shipping for these prizes. And, again, getting great guests like Jess on here and letting her share some of her adventures as well. So, again, we appreciate Jess so much. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to call that a wrap. And again, I appreciate each and every one of you joining in with us tonight. And thank you guys so much. And we're going to catch you guys soon. We got a lot of great content coming. I've still got a couple of hunt videos that I haven't put up yet. One is with Michael. So you get to see Michael out there in the field with me again. And it's when we dug our beautiful Confederate cavalry button. So that's coming up. So that'll be one of our next videos. And then we got another video coming up where I dig a South Carolina Civil War button. So that's going to be coming up too real soon. So we've got a lot of great content coming. So stay tuned for that. We are going to be running the XP Days too with the HF2 coil. We are going to be showing that probably sometime next week. We are going to be running that new update. I'm going to get Michael out there running that new update as well. And we're gonna put it through its paces and see what we see and give y'all a little bit of tips and things that we like about that new update. So stay tuned for that. Some video coming for that as well. So, Jess, I hope you have a wonderful weekend.
Oh, I've really enjoyed tonight. Thank you so much for having me.
Right, and thank you.
Sunday, yes.
Yeah, thank you for taking the time tonight. It was a great show, and I think a lot of people enjoyed it, which seems like it.
Thank you everyone watching and commenting. It's been great.
Yeah,
really
and good luck this weekend. And again, we look forward to seeing all of your adventures in the future. And
you too.
if you ever need anything from us, always reach out.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know where to go, and we appreciate you so
maybe
much.
you'll come over here one day and do some metal detecting.
Yeah, well, that's what Michael and I are hoping for. Maybe next year or so. We're thinking about coming over there and doing some detecting. So, again, I would love it. I know I can't go without Michael. I mean, I'd feel lost. So I got to drag him along over to Europe. So we can
have matching pink shirts.
Yeah. Michael can wear his pink shirt and you can wear yours. And so, but it'll be a lot of fun. But again, thank you so much. Guys, y'all take care. Have a wonderful weekend. Get out there and find some amazing treasures, some amazing finds. And we will catch you guys soon on our next adventure. Jess, hang out for 1 second after we finish. Right. And then we'll talk and then we'll let you go. But we appreciate you. Guys, take care. Have a wonderful weekend. We'll catch you soon on our next adventure. See you guys.
Have a good night, guys.